Alright, got the start of the race. This is December 1st, 2012. Wind is out of the north with some righty coming in, blowing maybe 3 to 6 knots, not a lot. They started the first race. At least the Genoa's open, at least the main's got reasonable twist. A little hook down low, the boom is on center line. A little bit to leeward, they could bring that up just a shade. Also, want to try and keep the boat a little bit flatter if possible. Heeling is not good. Get that boom right on center line, good. A lot of boats coming in. This is a great situation. You know, clearly you don't want to get on the starboard lee line too early. This maroon boat is tacked heading to leeward of a couple others, maybe in a tough position because they're not going to fetch the mark, I don't think, and they're going to get scrunched. And they got a bunch of boats on their hip that are just that have clear air now, and we're going to be interesting to watch how this boat fares through all of this. If they make it around the mark, I'd be pretty amazed. Hope they do. Second boat around. Give your sails a bit of an ease, boys. Give that Genoa a little bit of an ease. The maroon boat is going to make the mark. Wow. Nicely done. So now the maroon boat did a good thing, right? When they got to the mark, yeah, they eased the jib and the main. Nice ease on both, not too much. Definitely don't want to let the jib out, the Genoa out too far, otherwise you trap out the spinnaker. Hoists. Get your pulls back early. Get your pull back as quick as you can. And we got current going downstream, down course. So actually, not much of a play on that. If anything, keep your angles a little bit hotter than broad.
Suzo came up with no Genoa.
Yeah.
And they were probably 7th at the windward mark until they're done.
Nice job downwind.
Yeah.
They got that kite on Santuzo is flying nicely. Poles up there, the sails breathing. They've made some good gains going downwind here. They're carrying their pole slightly higher than anybody else. They seem to have good speed. And sailing downwind in the with a current behind you, you can sail slightly hotter angles. Not much, just a little tiny bit. You don't want to do too far. Pay attention to the little puffs that come down behind you and where they're coming from, so you can go up in the lulls and down in the puffs. Think of the puffs as like a tumbleweed blowing across the harbor, and you want to try and stay in that tumbleweed, or as much of it as possible, and carry the puff with its velocity down. That's all good stuff. Looks like left gate's going to be somewhat favored going toward the shifts.
We're trying to get closer to the mark.
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to look for synchronized trimming around the mark here. Focus on do not over trim the Genoa or the jib before you might make your turn, because that'll just prevent the bow from heading upwind. I want your mainsail in so that it actually spins the stern down. Ooh, guys. Okay. Now, one thing I'm noticing is that people are starting their turn too late. So you come down, now this black boat, got a reasonable approach. White boat's going to be a bit of a blocker. White boat's in there awful tight. Good, he's got his main sheet going in nicely. Spins the boat, but he's still a boat length below the mark. You can try and make your turn a little broader early and then tight right up behind the mark, and you'll gain as much as a boat length to windward, especially in a tide that's sweeping you downstream. I'll scooch that traveler up to weather on this boat a little bit. Check it out, make sure he knows where it is. I'm going to try and hike harder and keep the boat flatter. A lot of scallops, maybe too many scallops in that Genoa luff. It's giving up some horsepower in the front of the sail, though it is flat water, so that's okay. But the leech of his sail is kind of inverted. You can see the backside of all the battens. I would say ease your main sheet a little bit and bring the traveler up if possible. Give yourself a little bit more open leech on that sail. All right, the green boat here.
That's the racing back.
Okay, he's doing all right in the race. He's doing all right. Needs a little trim work. That's all right. Some pretty decent shifts out here. Most of the good shifts are coming from the right. Here's the finish. I'd say that the right side, because Santuzzi came back again right here. Yeah. Finish.
And plus, actually, you know what? They're selling the Genoa.